Alright, so Shalom. Alright, this is your brothers here from the GMS Trinidad camp. Alright, both GMS Prophetic Vibration and also GMS South Sacramento, South Trinidad. Alright, under one umbrella GMS Trinidad. Alright, and Tobago. Alright, here. Yeah, don't let me hold that part too much. Nice? So, if you want, you can hold the handle, have a handle right here. Right here. This here. Alright, there we go. Alright, so like here about it. Alright, so as I said, GMS Trinidad, alright, come out here. Well, today's the moon feast, you know, and as the moon feast, you know, the spirit still, alright, not just only a feasting, but also doing the work of Yahweh Basham, Yahweh Shai. Alright, so with that, this is so yeah, because we died in the question of the Sunday stuff as well. With that, alright. Double honors unto the apostles and elders of great millstone that do well. Alright, double salutation unto the brothers, preaching and teaching the truth throughout the four corners of the earth, risking their lives and their freedoms to do so now more than ever for the truth. Shalom unto the hopeful elect, you know, the speckled Israelites and the Aquatium. Alright, we say shalom unto you all also. Alright, so we're gonna go into a little history. Alright, and exposing the devil, because the devil, which is Esau Edom, the so-called white man, you know, it seems like they're just trying to, with the moral card that they're trying to play as of lately, it seems like they forget the true judgment history of the violent nature that they always have, not just only for Jake, but for all the other races in our whole. Alright, but we're dealing with Jake. Alright, we're dealing with Jake. And something when I scripture for that violence against that brother Jacob. Something I had learned from Alizar, from Sakari. When I first coming to the truth, and I would explain something to you all. You see, a southern Edomite, I would rather be around them than an Edomite from the north. Now here are the reasons why I said no. I never said I would trust them. Never said I would trust them. What I said, I would rather be around, if I had a choice, who I would choose to knock a glass with, it would be a southern Edomite than a northern Edomite. You'll hear my reasons why. A southern Edomite, I know where it stands. A southern Edomite will let me know straight up and show me straight up. He hate my guts. He cannot stand me. You understand? Any opportunity he get to kill me, he let me know, I will kill you, nigger. Nigger, I will kill you. But you see, the Edomites from the north, deceptive. You see the Edomites from states like Philadelphia and New York and Connecticut and Virginia and whatnot so forth. I know what them Edomites from. But these Edomites, these are the ones that make sure and go out with the crafty counsel, that make sure and put forth the crafty counsel, such as the Planned Parenthood, the welfare system, where you know they kick the man out of the house in order for the woman, the Negro woman, to get free money, you know, for she to get that free money, she had to, you
Yeah,
understand?
they actually set standard in their kingdom for the women to reign over the men.
Can't. The prison system, all right, the three strike rule, systematic rule, however you want to put it, where if you commit if you get three strikes, you know, you've been incarcerated 3 times, right? On the 3rd time, there's life imprisonment,
Yeah.
and them kind of thing. All these things was orchestrated to fuck Jacob. Excuse my language, but that's where it was. Alright? And who is the one that was responsible for all these crafty councils? The Edomites of the north. You understand? Hold that precept. Where are they? What precept are they? Now, hold on. Give me, let's hold it, huh? Give me, in Exodus 2, concerning the Pharaoh who did not know Joseph. Exodus 1, yeah. Give me that. Baba Kusha. And then he will come with the Psalm 58, and then we will go into what we're going into.
That's one, right?
Yeah.
This is Exodus chapter 1 and verse 8.
Mm-hmm.
Now there arose up a new king over Egypt, which knew not Joseph,
Which knew not Joseph, go ahead.
and said unto his people,
Mhm.
Behold, the children of Israel are more and mightier than we. Come on, let us deal wisely with them.
Let us deal what?
Wisely with them.
Let us deal wisely with them. So that is the thing with the and the thing is be what? Be in a spiritual Egypt, right?
That's why it's going to deception.
Deception.
Craft.
The craftiness. Alright, because they will come at what? They will put on the persona that they was against slavery and they are against oppression and they all for freedom and you're my brother. You're my brother. Blah, 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 blah. But behind closed doors and closed curtains, the plotting and planning for your eradication, your annihilation, your eradication, and your extermination. Good.
When they were down in the state for here, they said Pharaoh that raise up, he didn't know about this. So he got to realize that they're being outnumbered by the youth, right? By Israel.
By Israel.
Right, yes, by Israel. So then, that was his plot, right? Because he realized, as you read down, yes, they talk about how the intention was to kill all the sons, and back to go first, right? But it also proves that the men is the one that will for the nation, right? So the intention was that, and like the same thing as they say, spirited, that what he saw doing now, you understand? Because he saw coming with the same deception, right? Raising the women above, right, and the men below, right? Because men suicide rate, there's a lot of men killing themselves, right? Women destroying them and so themselves destroying them. You understand? Based on the whole system, and it's based on what? The full deception and stuff.
So the system that Kyle rightly saying, the system that we're under is designed to destroy the so-called black man, Judite, the Benjamite, the Ephraimite, all the tribe. But the men of the tribe is to destroy. As long as they can destroy the men in the tribe, then it will have, really, you will have a nation.
Continue reading, huh?
Because if the women were to go on to other men, it wouldn't have a nation of Israel anymore. We're going to have a nation of Edomites and different nations.
Islam and
all kind of, exactly. Where that?
Exodus 1 and 10. Come on, let us deal wisely with them, lest they multiply.
These say what?
Multiply.
Least they multiply, and that is what Esau Edom scared for. Up to this day, when they watch me multiplying in a rapid rate, they think about evil now. They woke people up on their beds, that the scripture say. In secret.
And it came to pass that when they falleth out any war, they join also unto our enemies and fight against us, and so get them up out of the land.
So the point what I'm drawing there, you know, is that the craftiness, you know, so-called white man. That's how the ancient Egyptians, you know, they came up with they had before they put us in slavery, you know, they made sure had the council and whatnot, so Pharaoh had the council and whatnot.
Scripture tell you that.
You understand?
There are many scriptures where the Lord keep telling to warn them we are about the council of the wicked.
Wicked. You understand? They had the council and whatnot. Alright? For them to oppress us and whatnot, so forth, you know. So they the thing here. Alright? This what we're going to get into is something. If you Israelites can't get it now, you would never get it. You would never get it.
And I like how Brother Abaniah here, we learn something about the devil punch.
That's a quick one here. This is Book of Sirach, chapter 19 and verse 25.
What?
It reads, there is an exquisite subtlety.
A what?
An exquisite subtlety.
You hear the Lord call it an exquisite subtlety.
So
You understand the length this demon will reach to destroy us?
man, the devil so crafty. The devil will give you things where you thinking is for your benefit. Well, you will make it look to you as it's for your benefit. Like for instance, the food card and the welfare and all these things, all these goodies, you know, all these goodies. Yeah. You understand? They will make it can't. Salakia about that. They will make it you know to make you feel it's for your beneficial, you know, but really and truly there is a whole sinister fucking program them done orchestrating behind that and it's coming.
Yeah.
So I say one thing too, because now we're seeing, right? In the scripture says if they do anything good, they do unwillingly.
Can't.
Right? So it's nothing them.
Well, I think that's where you going. No, that's Sirach 14 and 5. It's Sirach 14, but no, Proverbs. I think it's Proverbs 25, 26. But anyhow,
This is Book of Sirach, chapter 19 and verse 25. There is an exquisite subtlety. Now we see one was the most subtle the scripture says. I think that's it. Yeah.
So that would I mean.
And the same is unjust. And there's one that turneth aside to make judgment appear. Right? And there's a wise man that justifieth his judgment. There is a wicked man that hangeth down his head sad, but inwardly he's full of deceit.
inwardly is full of deceit.
That's why the scripture says there will be no salvation for him if you sorted the tail. So even though you see they come and looking sad and the joking, and when we sorry for what before Father, the scripture think you curse them out.
Right.
Even to the fourth and fifth generation.
Yeah, never trust an enemy.
And that's what I'm talking about.
Casting down his countenance. Yeah. And that going back to the, remember Bill Gates and hell, he's always come forward like, you know, we can help you.
Yeah.
We can help you people, you know, you're all suffering.
Yeah.
We can help you while people
Come and help you suffer.
we're going to take out, kill you out.
Yeah.
Right? Casting down his countenance and making as if he heard not. But where he is not known, he will do mischief before thou be aware.
Gone. Right, brother?
This is Psalm chapter 55 and verse 21. The words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart.
But what?
War was in his heart.
Hey, that was the scripture saying never trust thy enemy. Because war is in his heart. This is iron rough, so you just fucking look at him, brother.
His words were softer than oil, yet were they drawn swords.
Yet were they drawn swords. And this scripture and what we're going to get into here now is going to show you, is going to give you a perfect example of the so-called white man. What we are going to go into is something called the devil's punch bowl. Alright? Devil's punch bowl. Alright? The chickens coming home to roost, Esau. Right? You all want to play this moral, they try to play this moral high card. You understand? Oh, the Palestinians.
You know what scripture to get from that, hold it on that. And when they shall put cease to reveal such a spirit, shall be set. Yeah. You add that on deck.
You understand?
All that had to come out.
Yeah. Yeah, the Palestinians are terrorists, and this one is a terrorist, and that one is a terrorist, and the other one is a terrorist. But what about you? What about you and your actions that you have been doing from since your very existence to this, even this very set day? You understand? What about you? What about your track record?
So like they are all over TikTok, they're talking about Hamas, only Hamas is and what they're doing thing, but hey, God, the Lord.
That's a beautiful example, because when you go into the special forces, right, the SDL of even call it the intelligence unit, and the technology that they have surrounding the border is impenetrable. They say there's no cockroach or bird fly across the border. So how 400 Hamas warriors run across the border just like that? That was a plan. Yeah. So they wanted to come and invade them and take them over.
Run them out to grab the land and just like what it did to our brothers and sisters, the Native American Indians and them, the Seminole Indians and them, same thing.
And that's why the Most High going to rise up all the tribes with vengeance in their mind.
Right. So go ahead, Kyle.
The history of the Devil's Punch Bowl, it's a history has always made concentration camps to be synonymous with the atrocities of Nazi Germany.
Nazi Germany. All right, so NACI, that's what I'm saying. NACI, Nazi.
By the way, Nazi is a Hebrew word.
All right, look it up. So history always like to push forward what Hitler did to those rats, all right, and the concentration camps that he had orchestrated for those rats and whatnot, so forth, all right, and who does mainly brush it in your face and shove it in your face? The American media, all right, the American media, you know, especially when Memorial Day is coming up and whatnot, so forth, you know, concerning World War II and whatnot, so forth, you know. But what about your own concentration camps that you had in your own land, in your stolen land, not your own land, your stolen land that you had stole, all right, from the Northern Kingdom, all right, and put up concentration camps for the Southern Kingdom, for Judah. Why ain't talk about that? What, Kyle?
Done. It's about America has its own dirty secrets about the use of concentration camps.
Hey, and as you talking, as you read that day, you saw it on TikTok, this guy, Donald Trump, he's talking up, and he wanted what? He said, may Allah open up the people's eyes to see the wickedness that Israel and the United States of America is.
And I see that.
I was able to share that, man. I was able to share that. And then most of the videos, the ideas to make videos, that's come from TikTok, you know. Yeah.
What up?
Right. It's these camps were located in Natchez, Mississippi, and were used to corrupt free slaves during and after the American Civil War.
Alright, so because this is the thing here, right, and he's going to see who was carrying out those concentration camps and the atrocities. Now, not just Mississippi is to the south. Alright? Now, this is the thing here, right? These Edomites, they're so crafty, alright, to the gullible jakes. Somebody, get from me Proverbs 14:15, Baba Kushak. Bring it out and I will say something.
This is Proverbs chapter 14 and verse 15. The simple believe it every word.
Yeah, because that's like everybody, there's a lot of simpleton in Israel. The two-thirds are simpleton. You understand? Again, I don't want to go to stress this too much, but when your camp leader can tell you that you must praise Jesus Christ, is a simple fucking thing. Just simple as that, right? And I'm not going to call name. Who we can't fit that name way. Simple as that.
Yeah, good.
The simple believe it every word, but the prudent man looketh well to his going.
Can't. So this is the thing here, right? You simple jakes believe that the Civil War was fought, all right, the name is Abraham Lincoln and these guys, all right, from the north, they made you feel, they teach you that they wage war against the South to abolish slavery and whatnot so forth. No, that is far from the truth. The Civil War, all right, the Civil War was fought to bring slavery from privatization to under a corporation where the South slave was privatized, where and they had slave owners, all right. They had slave owners where any individual, any one body, he could own as much slave as he possibly desire, all right. And they are considered as what is property, and he could do to them to however he so desire. You understand? Because that is his property. Alright? But you have to understand this. The South, slavery was so profitable. Alright? That the South was literally richer than the North. Alright? And the North, they didn't like that. Alright? They didn't like that. So they orchestrated a plan, alright? With the, you don't know, it's the Illuminati and whatnot, so forth, and the Rothschilds and all of them.
Yeah,
all of them.
Those elite systems started from slavery time to now.
Can?
Understand? That's how they start. That's how they start gaining profit. Again, I did a video some time ago for those of you who listen to that. The reason why it's the White House is called the White House is the slave house.
Can?
You trying to be, I want it there, I will be in the White House. You'll be out there fucking man. Yeah.
If you go back and you look at these slavery houses, the big house was always painted white.
Can?
They always had that house nigger that said, going to the big house. And he would be guarded that position. Now he's still a slave. But the fact he's not in the field with the other slaves,
He thinks himself.
he thinks himself higher than them. He's been given a position above the average slave. So much so now that he started to believe he's, I don't want to say equal term with the white man, but he believes he's so cherished that if the master gets sick, this is the master will
He's
sick.
sick, alright. That's what, good.
Fit himself in that.
Good. Which goes back to Malcolm X. Two type of niggas. House nigga, field nigga. You understand?
Yeah, we in GMS, we are field legal.
Can?
You in IUIC, all the house legal, so then we keep all the penance rights.
Can?
When you can tell your camp to praise Jesus Christ, you are house fucking.
Can? Alright? So, as I was saying, so what they orchestrate that plan, alright, to go to war against the South and defeat the Confederates and what have you, so forth, you understand? To take away the slaves, make the slaves, get them the illusion that they're free, alright, but really and truly, they are still slaves. Because why? Now you fall under a corporation, because America is run by the elites, and the elites, they run America as a corporation, alright? So the people are what? The people are the commodity. Alright? You jakes are the commodity. Hence the reason why they have a national inventory list of all the slaves, which is what? The birth paper. Alright? Social security, ID card, passport, driver's license. You understand? They have a full fucking inventory on you niggas. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah, no, digital now. Right? So, this is what it was about. The Civil War was not to free you niggas. Alright? Was to keep you all in an open jail. That's why it is an open jail. Alright? And the bars, the cell bars is all the identification. You understand? It goes so far that even your ID card and all now, I think it had the barcode on your ID card and thing now. Can't.
They say they multiply, they know they were stronger than them, and multiply faster, but in that just too, slavery too. Population when they free the slaves was 10,000, and in a short period of time we multiply to
120,000.
That's a huge amount.
Which you wouldn't really
They was
know.
afraid.
You know one time why they start when we start excelling the young schools why? Because they can't because they know once we could get that status they will be done. But it wasn't the time for us to get status because Chico still wasn't right to do it.
That's right. What up?
You have something to say?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, go ahead.
If you notice, wars are not fought over ideas. War are fought based on resources for taking power. Because based on the one you're speaking about, one side was getting richer, then taking us at the neighbor's rate. The other side wasn't as rich as the other side. So it was simply a move for this side to overthrow this side, but use the slaves on their side to help liberate the other side so they could come under one cooperation. It was never about freeing Jake. And history concocted such a lie to have Jake's believing that Abraham Lincoln was against slavery.
That Edomite wasn't against slavery. That Edomite was pro-slavery, but pro-slavery for the elites.
And he understood that when you have a slave and you imprison him, the chances of rebellion will always be there. Will always want to escape.
Yeah.
So what could I do to prevent this slave from wanting to escape? What? Give him this house nigger status.
Yeah, that what he did, he implemented the Willie Lynch syndrome. That is what he did. And that's also as Brother Abaniah rightly said. What the guy name? The president? Lincoln was not for us and freedom. Because up to now the Constitution is Negroes are still treated for some
Abraham Lincoln was important. The
Rothschilds are the elites.
At the end of the day, what my Shell Bower says, he says better to buy when blood is running in the streets. So these devils, and just to think about from since back then to the Civil War, debt from the Civil War have not been paid off from since then. Debt have not been paid off.
How you think the Amish church come about?
Yeah.
True Lincoln.
True Lincoln.
Then I'm a man of the Lord, an Amish preacher, and when you read what the quotation is, this guy from the Joseph Smith, from the
Mormon,
the
Latter-day Saints,
he branch out to that. He branch out from that, and when they believe that in heaven, the white people, you Edomites going to be servant to the white people. They die with them.
That waste of time.
But Ellen G. White believed that. Charles T. Russell believed that. But they all cover it up under the facade now.
What up? Read.
Right, so continuing here, it says, as slaves were being emancipated from the plantation, their roots of freedom usually took them into the vicinity of the Union Army forces.
Of the who?
Of the Union Army forces.
Of the Union Army Forces, which was the army forces of the fucking North. Of the North. Yeah, the boys in blue. Alright, the Union was the blue coats. The Confederates was the grey coats. You understand? So yeah, it is right. The fall under the hands of the Union forces. So you may think, all right, well, we fall in allied hands because they fought for our slavery. They shed their blood, you know, to free us so that we can be free. Oh gosh, who say we regret sending people into a burning house? Yeah. We was free at last, thank God Almighty, Lord Almighty, free at last.
And how we free? How we free? It's more hell than Jack now for the Negroes.
Yeah.
Because now you have a financial yoke of iron upon your head, and every day they're beating it down upon you.
Man,
When you go into that whole war, one side wanted to overthrow one side, but one side didn't have the manpower. So they circulated the propaganda that before you join with us, they could come and fight with us and we will be
freedom, yeah.
So a lot of Jakes joined that side for the sake of their freedom. That promise that, hey, you could get a piece of land on a donkey.
Yeah, 40 acres and a mule.
That's why they join up. So you had a lot of rebellions over the other side where the other slaves stood there that talk, rumor passing around.
Yeah, the decree, yeah.
Next side also, you freedom, you know, you try and...
Yeah, no man go do anything for freedom.
And the slaves used to outnumber the Edomites on the plantation.
Man.
So when you hear that sort of good news, you say, hey God, for the first time that fire light in your heart, freedom in my grasp. You might rise up, you might kill your slave master and head to the north. Not knowing, you're jumping out of the frying pan
Into the fucking fire.
Nice one.
Go on. Continue there.
Remember the scripture saying, and no man shall buy you, no man go free you, no man go redeem you.
That's right.
What they do to the buffalo soldiers, they ship them out one time and stuff. They help conquer the tribe of God. And then they ship them out to places like Jamaica, Trinidad.
Yeah.
It say, unhappy with the slaves being freed, the army began recapturing the slaves and forced the men back into labor camps.
Now mind me, this is the northern army, not the south, the northern. Alright? So we're going on now. They start to show the horns. The who the truly is. The horns are the freaking dropped out now. Well,
Right? It say the most notorious of the several concentration camps that were established was located in the Natchez, Mississippi.
Mississippi, it's down to the south, which was known to this day. To this very day. Yeah? But still, I would quicker accept an Edomite from Mississippi than an Edomite from flipping New York. You understand what I'm saying? Because at least I know the Edomite from Mississippi, at least I know where he stands. Alright? But the Edomite from New York and Philadelphia and Detroit and whatnot, yeah? These Edomites, they're sly and well cunning. Go ahead.
It say, as the slaves made their way to freedom, the town of Natchez went from a population of 10,000 to 120,000.
So what?
120,000 people overnight.
People overnight. Go ahead.
In order to deal with the population influx of recently freed slaves, a concentration camp was established to essentially eradicate the slaves.
You all are they tell me phone, they look up the word concentration camp. Let me get into that. Let me find out where a concentration camp is about. Yeah, where is all about? Alright, now mind me, as I say, they just want to play the Babylon. The Edomites in Babylon just want to portray this moral high ground, you know, like look at what the Germans did. And whatnot, the Nazi concentration camps and whatnot, death camps and whatnot, so forth. When in your own backyard, you all was known to have concentration camps against the true Israelites.
Hitler, he was a rat. He was one of them. He was an Amalekite, same way. The thing about Hitler, when he couldn't prove, when he realized that he couldn't prove that you all were the children of Israel, he killed all the others.
He said also all they want to be Israelites. Alright, because he said to go through the curses and whatnot and see what the true children of Israel. So that's why he started freaking do them all that. I ain't go say all because they go want to cut it, they go want to thing, but you all know what fuck up thing he did to them now, but you understand?
What did not
Goebbels and Goebbels.
See, you all will never be able to live here. Wait,
Gamal Abdel Nasser.
yeah, Gamal Abdel Nasser. Right? He said because why? You all left black and came back.
And some of the concentration camp. The whole purpose when they end up in a concentration camp was to come back out of it. You're supposed to die in there. Work till you die. The modern day concentration camp is a prison system. And that's how they are eradicating our people. This is why our people could get 40 years with no evidence. And even if the evidence come out, they will not overturn the conviction. Because you see that as labor, labor.
Free labor. That's why you have your prison industrial complex. That's the other video on that. That's where you have it. That's the reason why you have something called the prison industrial complex tying in with your 13th Amendment. You understand where I'm coming from? Go ahead.
And what you plan on all the laws and things like the loitering laws after the so-called was free. You had loitering laws, they were found to be wrong without a job. They throw you out of
3 years in prison for what? For free labor, right? Because I know they will get free labor because the 13th Amendment was what? You're a free man unless you have been convicted for a crime and you had to serve time. Well, then you fall right back into slavery. All right, go ahead.
Yeah, this is from the Britannica Encyclopedia Concentration Camp. An internment center for political prisoners.
For what?
An internment center for political prisoners and members of national or minority groups.
Which when it's in national or minority groups, it goes into ethnicity. That's why you know concentration camps is concentration camp is a way provided to carry about ethnic cleansing, where you can be able to eradicate a whole race.
Exactly. And actually, that is the plan.
Yeah.
What about all these schools? What about all these schools that they take tribal guard to children and took them away from the parents? And they find hundreds and thousands of bodies now in shallow graves. Roman Catholic Church was guilty of that. Right in the America and in Canada. Yeah. Those were concentration camps too. This is a concentration camp. Let me continue.
Yeah, go ahead.
An internment center for political prisoners and members of national or minority groups who are confined for reasons of state security.
You are confined. Yeah?
Right?
Confined. Go ahead.
Right? Exploitation or punishment, usually by executive decree or military order.
All right. And what were they punishing us for? Just for being Israelites. That was our punishment. Yeah.
And when we saw Fred most of all, us are taken back to power and the political right to the other. So the fact that we are prophesying the downfall, we're doing this at the greatest possible and it's just prophecy. None of us have gone one night or a sword in the hand fighting any Edomite or any Edomite, but we just on the prophecies.
That's right.
They're terrified of that.
That's right.
You know, so that's why they put me in them camp.
Yeah.
But when you don't say, let's say things like words like a hammer. What a hammer do is dash and break something up. And they feel it. They get cut. They get cut in your flesh and get cut in your spirit. When a man get cut in his spirit, it's worse than he get literal cut. Because I think you bring him down to the nothing and he has much to gain. Right.
Scripture also saying Luke 12 or Luke 21, 15. We'll see quick.
I have freed them by the prophets, and they be consumed by the spirit of his mouth.
Luke 21, 15. Luke 21, 15. For it reads, for I will give you a mouth and wisdom, which all your adversaries shall not be able to gainsay nor resist.
No, because they can't gainsay or resist it, and they know it's truth. Look, for lately, like I was telling earlier, Christians coming against Paul now. Paul teaching and Paul writing true word. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Christians coming against Paul, and all the time they're for Paul. But as we preaching now, when they re-examine what Paul really saying,
He's a heretic all of a sudden.
Yeah, he's a heretic all of a sudden.
All of a sudden he's a heretic.
Well, I'll continue.
It says, continuing here, concentration camps. It says persons are placed in such camps often on the basis of identification with a particular ethnic or political group, rather than as individuals, and without benefit either of indictment or fair trial.
So, yeah, it is, right? And nice. Go ahead.
Right? Let's say I ask what's the concentration camp? They say concentration camp conditions were often extremely harsh with overcrowding, malnutrition, forced labor, and lack of basic necessities. It was a tragic and dark chapter in history. Right? Concentration camp conditions were absolutely terrible, full in blood, overcrowding, starvation, forced labor, and unimaginable suffering. It was a horrifying and tragic period in history that we must never forget.
And that is what Salakia, and that is what we had endured. That is what we had endured. And not just only in that literal concentration camp, being under your fucking slave master. Being under your fucking slave master in those days, that itself was a concentration camp. Why not?
Yeah, it's a forced labor in concentration camps was a cruel and inhumane practice. Prisoners were made to work long hours under brutal conditions, often performing exhausting and dangerous tasks. It was a form of exploitation and a means of
Not a form, it was exploitation.
Humanizing the individuals held captive.
And then we go through that under slave masters.
That's why you have the jail system.
Done.
Dehumanize. You're going to go to jail without being in prison, so I could tell you it is dehumanizing. But they come up with a way of putting it in a form of remember I did something wrong.
So you need to be reformed. You need to be
But when you
reformed.
go in the system, it is dehumanizing.
It make it worse.
Yeah.
Make it worse. Yeah.
Also, jail set up for those who commit crime. They say to get out people to commit crime. They put us in jail. But there's a decree on the book in 10 minutes to see. Those are concentration camps. To get the so-called law-abiding people now under that same system of governance that governs the prison system. Where your freedoms are restricted now.
Yeah, you become a puppet.
You know?
of the state. Like you're not
I think I just prophesied about as a man shall design to go
Yeah, you're right.
you wouldn't be able to go. It's the same thing. Just slightly different from the prison system where there's a particular area for the prison and the 10-minute cities are somewhat bigger. It's still confined.
It's still confined.
It's a bigger prison.
The technology, you got advanced, all the luxury and everything. Yeah.
When everything in one spot, you don't need to go nowhere.
Yeah.
Everything right here. Like the concept that has run a mall on. That's why they're creating malls, have everything in one place to get everybody congregating in one space. That's how they're setting up.
They don't fit goals to the system. Some people will feel like if you know there are more room to move
It's still not wholesome.
Well, confidence that and then we go back to
you have for example here, right? They say prisoners in concentration camps were forced to do various tasks such as hard manual labor, construction work, factory work, and agricultural work, which we still doing today, right? They say they were subjected to grueling conditions and treated as mere objects for the benefit of their captors, right? Prisoners in concentration camps were forced to do backbreaking work like digging trenches, carrying heavy loads, and working in factories producing raw materials. They were subjected to extreme physical and mental exhaustion, right? Prisoners in concentration camps were also forced to work in harsh conditions in coal mines, construction sites, agricultural fields,
salt mine, all kind of flipping things.
Making America great.
And all that going into the industrial complex, the first industrial complex, the second industrial complex, revolution, industrial revolution, so that, yeah, revolution, you know. Yeah, go ahead.
They say they were often given insufficient food, inadequate clothing, and faced constant abuse and cruelty from their captors. It was a dreadful and inconvenient experience. And that, as I said, that is going on now because somebody agriculture, factory work, construction, all them things. We're doing that to this day. And I mentioned I just had to get football. So they gave me a little money, a little kitchen, so they give me like a ride. They work in here, thing and here for something. You understand? But they don't take in half the money back. You understand? They are not going to say, you're putting money in
In a bag with holes.
Right, it's the men were recaptured by the Union troops and forced back into hard labor. The women and children were locked behind concrete walls of the camp and left to die from starvation.
And now mind me, these atrocities is being performed by Union troops, not Confederate, Union troops. Right?
It say many also died from smallpox disease. In total, over 20,000 slaves were killed in 1 year.
In 1 year, about 20,000, 1 year. Yeah, that's why let's see if I can get a script. Is in Numbers, boy? Numbers 35. Yeah, 35, 33. You understand? That's why the Lord say what? Numbers 35, 33. It reads what? So ye shall not pollute the land wherein ye are. God, for blood they defile. Well, you go back it up. You go back it up. You go back it up, right? So ye shall not pollute the land wherein ye are. For blood they defiled the land.
For what?
For blood they defiled the land, and the land cannot be cleansed of the blood that is shed therein, but by the blood of him that shed it. Back it up there.
This is the book of Habakkuk, chapter 2 and verse 12. It reads, woe to him that buildeth a tongue with blood.
What the Bible say?
With blood. And,
Read it again one more time.
right? Habakkuk chapter 2 and verse 12. Woe to him that buildeth a tongue with blood.
The word will mean destruction. It says destruction to that man or nation that buildeth a tongue with blood. Well,
And establisheth a city by iniquity.
and establish a city by iniquity. How did America get established? Through the blood, sweat, and tears of what? The so-called Negroes, Hispanic, and Native American Indians, who are the actual children of Israel, share with blood. You understand that when certain places in America, you can still smell the stench of injustice, like places like St. Louis.
Yes,
And
St.
when you
Louis,
back-
Mississippi,
we did videos in the past.
Tennessee.
You understand when you go into them places, you actually still smelling Jake blood crying out to the Lord still.
Florida.
Up to this day.
The Lord said, they shall build, but I will throw down.
What did the Lord say?
They shall build, but I will throw down.
They shall build, but I will throw down.
Right?
Can you have a book to 12?
Yeah, 2 and 12. Say, yeah.
Good.
Verse 13 says, behold, is it not of Yahweh of hosts that the people shall labor in the very fire?
You know how they live in what?
In the very fire?
They're in the furnace of affliction. Well,
And the people shall weary themselves for very vanity.
and weary themselves for what? For very vanity.
Yeah.
Well, look around. Ain't that we people? You have to be. Stevie Wonder could see that.
And it's all
And he
vanity.
blind.
And
It's
he
all
blind
vanity.
from birth.
Yeah, yeah. It's all vanity because the Lord going to show them. All we live, all the labor for the system. Yahweh Hashem, Yahushua going to show them the source system. Right? And this is the start. For the earth shall be filled with the knowledge and the glory of Yahweh Hashem, Yahushua.
Why? Because the Lord raising back up the prophets.
Man.
Shoot shall spring forth out of the earth.
And
Right?
as he
Yeah,
raising back the
that way,
prophets, now
yeah.
what the truth is doing now, it is unmasking the deceiver. So we seeing him for who he is.
Lord, take
And
it
the
away.
world seeing him for who he is.
Lord taking away that covering cast. Right?
From over the nations. Right?
Let's finish the last line here.
Salah.
You say, as the waters cover the sea.
As the what?
Waters cover the sea. Like Esau can't handle it.
Done.
Like just in the Arden ball and what you say, this information is a weapon. It's a weapon.
Yeah,
That one who was the former prime minister.
Yeah, yeah.
He says it's a weapon. We have to silence them.
You know fucking
Yeah.
disinformation. You know disinformation. You know what this is? This is shameful spewing upon your glory. Because here it is, you manage to this, here it is, you do all this fuckery, right? Upon the face of the earth. Alright? Here it is, you all get kicked out of England. You all was a bunch of fucking prisoners in England. You all get kicked out of England, alright? And ended up in places like North, South, Central America, down south to Australia and New Zealand and whatnot, and just mass fucking genocide, kill left, right, center, man, woman, and friggin' child, and steal land, right? Steal land, occupy land, and then put up a false narrative that you all was always there. You all get kicked out and going into South Africa. Going into South Africa, the land of harm. The land of fucking harm. And want to fool the people and tell people, but all it was always fucking there. Make that make sense for me now. Let me be real. Make that make sense for me.
And then you hear the Christians going, let us pray for Israel.
Yeah.
Israel. God don't want to hear your demonic prayer.
Everywhere you fucking people go is bloodshed. Yeah, mass bloodshed. Everywhere you all go, man. Everywhere you all and then had the audacity to want to call people terrorists and this and that, and they don't have no moral standards and this and that and the other. But when they check your fucking track record, your track record from the Grecians, and not even from the Grecians. They go all the way back to the Babylonian Empire when you all was working in cahoots with the Babylonians and all of them. Alright? Then fast forward to the Grecians, to the Romans, then fast forward to the Renaissance period. Every time it's just bloodshed.
Under Saul.
Right.
And Israelites didn't want to trust the prophet. Joel took that job
Willingly.
They love blood. And what they are afraid now is the judgment written because
Bring it out.
Genesis chapter 9 and verse 6. Whoso sheddeth man's blood, by man shall his blood be shed. For in the image of the Most High made he man. This is what they terrified of. Look how long this judgment written. So when you go to Psalms 149, verses 5 to 9, what you see in that movie, in that film, was quoting, you realize how they're terrified of this judgment written. They want to do evil as much as they want. They want to do it as long as they want.
But don't want to be judged for
They
it.
don't want to be judged for it. But thank you, our bad thing, our child. You can do evil as much as you want, but you can't do it as long as you want.
Can.
Say short, time to let
Can.
it go.
Have to.
Can. You finish your last scripture? Go back to bring a piece up and then go back.
Well, Esau, your fault.
Can.
That's what it is.
Simple.
I don't want to be a, this guy says that I don't want to be a flea under your color.
Can.
Not even a flea. Why? Because boy, really, it's a bad day to be a Edomite. This wrong is a bad day to be a Edomite. Sorry, this is right?
Yeah, go ahead.
You are seeing, right? Jeremiah 9:10. It says, but I have made him so bare, I have uncovered his secret places, and he shall not be able to hide himself. His seed is spoiled, and his brethren, and his neighbors, and he is not.
Go on, continue on that.
It says, leave thy fatherless children, I will preserve them alive, and let thy widows trust in me.
And let thy what?
Thy widows trust in me.
Go ahead, read.
For thus saith the Lord power,
Well,
behold, they whose judgment was not to drink of the cup.
Listen this carefully, Esau. Listen this carefully. They whose judgment was what?
It said, for thus said Yahweh Shemiel Shai, behold, they whose judgment was not to drink of the cup have assuredly drunken.
Go ahead.
And art thou he that shall altogether go unpunished?
So you think you're gonna be the Lord, the heritage, the Lord fuck me. The Lord fuck me over. Right? The Lord deal with me in the worst way possible that no other nation upon the face of the earth ever go through. Yeah, and you think that you will go unpunished?
In the wicked,
Yeah, and you being wicked. Nothing gonna happen to you. Drop that there and go back to it.
Whenever you want to play square, whenever you want to play square, back and forth, you will see it.
That's our last line.
Go ahead.
Say, and thou shalt not go unpunished, but thou shalt surely drink of it.
Thou shalt surely drink of it, right? So come with that and go back to it.
Isaiah 47 and verse 7. It says, and thou saidest, I shall be a lady forever, so that thou didst not lay these things to thy heart, neither didst remember the latter end of it.
Done. The latter end of it. Where up, read.
Done. Right, so we look in here. Right, it say,
We go end up with Ezekiel 35.
it say,
Yeah, I have it here.
many also died from smallpox disease. In total, over 20,000 freed slaves were killed in 1 year inside this American concentration camps.
What?
A researcher studying the existence of the concentration camps said the Union Army did not allow them to remove the bodies from the camps. They just gave them shovels and said bury them where they dropped.
Can. That's all.
You know, rather than concentration camp, you know.
Right? Right? Go ahead, read.
It's
Read it down.
yeah, it said the camp was called the Devil's Punch Bowl because of the way the area is shaped. The camp was located at the bottom of a cavernous pit located on the bluff above. Today, the bluffs are known for the wild beach roads, but the locals will not eat any of the food because some are aware of what fertilized the trees.
Right, which was what? Jake dead bodies. Jake dead bodies, boy.
And you tell me that you will not go and punish Esau?
And then it had the coon fuck niggas. The coon fuck niggas. You understand? Who wanna advocate for these people? Who wanna play Johnny Cochran for these fucking people? You understand? Who wanna say the pleading? Who wanna say the pleading these people cause?
They're like, you want to hear them? We hear them. Yeah, they hear them.
Yeah.
Hate what they do, but they hear them.
Who wanna make intercession to the Lord for these people?
Yeah, but the Lord will not hear that prayer. If the Lord said to him, the proper prayer for his own people, who the fuck is the proper prayer for them?
But them have cookbooks to know what people. Why do they want to eat that food? Why? And then they didn't think it a evil thing to cook us and eat us.
Can't.
Because them have to know something. Jake Vengeance probably in that food. They might eat that and they're like, you're dead.
Why?
It's terrifying. They know they're afraid to eat
Yeah.
spirits.
Can't. Let up.
That's only that too. But that's only that too. Esau quest is searching for what they call immortality.
That's like how they had the quest for fire.
And since he realized that the Lord favored, the prophecies say that the Lord favored Jacob, which is the Israelites, isn't us, he said, well, something happened in these people, and then if we leave them, maybe we might get that.
That was the switching out our DNA. And they say everyone crack the code already.
Remember when the demonic tortures, the houses will continue forever.
Yeah.
Go ahead and read it. I like that. I like that one. Go ahead and read it.
This devil,
Excuse my coarse language, but by hey, watch me. It is sicken me by with house niggas. Watch me. If there's one thing I hate, you see a house nigga? You see a house nigga? I hate a house nigga.
you're correct.
I hate them with a passion.
Why?
A true passion.
Why? Because they'll do anything to the slave master.
Not passion, no. Passion.
Yeah.
I hate a house nigga, boy.
When they were still in rebellions and trying to get away. Who you think they used to kill first? They used to kill the house nigga.
Well, that's not.
When
Say that over again.
they were staging the rebellion to get away, when the slaves were to get away from master, first thing they used to do is eliminate the house nigga.
Remember me and you was outside on the chairs and we was talking something along this line. And I asked him, God, why was the Haitian Revolution so successful against the French? And they gave me a different thing and I tell him, no, brother. What I tell him? I said, brother, the reason why it was so successful, before they started to attack French, they started to make sure and kill out all the fucking collaborators. They make sure and put all sellouts, all collaborators to death. Yeah. Then they went to the so-called white
And
man.
that is exactly what they are watching in our tribal revolution. You will kill out all the collaborators.
And like what you rightfully said, the Haitian Revolution was so successful because all the powers
They eliminate them
They had
first.
to.
The hard was true.
any rebellion to be successful. Those who are not willing to shed blood. That's why the scripture says we have not yet drawn some blood.
What scripture comes to your mind as you mentioned that? And what scripture comes to your mind?
Ah,
Gideon, boy. Gideon.
yes, boy, yes.
With the men. What did
Yes, the 300 men, yes.
Yeah. Don't say they that didn't lap up. Yeah,
Raising water up to them.
yeah.
And it was still above
Yeah,
the blood.
exactly. That would be vigilant. But they that
Just go down.
to and you know what I'm saying? They get rid of them. Them ain't no use to me. Yeah.
For them to send them to teach. It's better to send 300 liars than them to send 1,000 sheep. Better to send liars to find their sheep.
So you see how we are point the Lord don't want. You see on his son Negroes, the Lord don't want their
Yeah.
forward.
Can't finish it off there. And go end it off with the girl.
It say one researcher noted that Sketel remains still washes up.
Skeleton, yeah, skeleton. Skeleton.
Very right, this way. It say
Skeleton.
it say one researcher scripture noted that the skeletons remain still washes up when the hurricane season is in and the groves get flooded by the Mississippi River. Even when America tries to bury its racist ways, we must force America to acknowledge what has occurred and not shy away from the truth. Let's never forget the freed slaves that died in American concentration camps at the devil's country.
And when we say force America, we're speaking about force Esau. Esau Edom, the so-called white man. So come with the last scripture there, them brothers want to do something. Yeah, read and go down to since there was not hated blood, even blood shall pursue thee. Yeah, go ahead.
Ezekiel chapter 35. Moreover, the word of Yahweh came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against Mount Seir and prophesy against it.
And what?
Prophesy against it.
And that is our gospel, prophesying against Mount Seir. You understand? Which is a type in our time, aka America.
Go on.
Go ahead.
And say unto it, Thus saith Yahweh power.
So it's not what we idea or what we think about America. It's thus says the Lord.
Just say so?
Thus says the Lord.
All right, so let me just